Going into the major press conference that India captain Rohit Sharma and India's chairman of selectors Ajit Agarkar were about to address, one of the bigger questions on a lot of people's minds was what exactly would they say about dropping a certain Rinku Singh. Now, Rinku's form had been phenomenal going into the World Cup cycle. He had played well for India, he had played well for KKR, yet when the squad was announced, he found himself among the travelling reserves. So what exactly was the rationale behind dropping a Rinku Singh? Well, let's check out what it is that Ajit Agarkar had to say.
Yeah, it's probably the toughest thing that we've had to discuss, frankly. I mean, he's done nothing wrong, nor has Shubman Gill for that matter. You know, it's again the combinations, like Rohit said, we're not quite sure what conditions we'll get. So we wanted to try and have enough options. There are a couple of wrist spinners that were included in the squad, Chahal and Kuldeep, to give Rohit more options.
Now, it's a fair enough observation in many ways that, as he says, it was a bit harsh and that Rinku Singh really had done nothing wrong. And in a way, it does come down to, let's say, combinations. But there is another talking point that came out from here, which, truth be told, didn't necessarily make a lot of sense upon, let's say, a little bit more introspection. What exactly is that? Well, Agarkar said very clearly that they don't take IPL form into consideration when they are selecting these squads. You can take a listen to this and then we'll discuss what I had to.
To try and plan before the IPL starts. I think we've had our conversations over the last few months anyway. So you have a fair idea of what you're looking for. Of course, there's some great performances through the IPL which you keep a track of, fitness levels of players. But I mean, if you start getting swayed by 3 or 4 weeks of cricket, then there's something wrong in your thinking over the last few months.
Now, obviously, he is in a way right that they don't necessarily take a look at IPL form, because if you analyze this squad, majority of them were playing for India in the T20I format before the World Cup itself. However, it is fair to say that it's not entirely them being truthful when they say that we are not taking IPL form into consideration, because if they weren't, then Rinku Singh perhaps should have been making the World Cup 15 and not be travelling as a reserve. In fact, even someone like a Yuzvendra Chahal probably does not make a comeback into this side if we're talking purely on India form and not IPL form, because again, what wrong did a Ravi Bishnoi do to deserve to get dropped? There's definitely a few players in there whose form or selection has been on the basis of how they performed in the IPL. Rishabh Pant, I think it's safe to say, is another example. So he's not entirely being truthful when saying that we've not considered IPL form. It's been considered for some players and it hasn't been for certain others. But what are your thoughts on the entire matter? Do you agree with the rationale he presented? Disagree with what it is that he said? Well, you can let us know all that in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, leave us a comment as well, follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget to download the AajTak app, and if you're already on the channel, go ahead, check out some other videos we've done as well. For now, from my side, it's goodbye.